Abusing the grind and switching like dimes. These niggas can't see me on tippy toes.
Yo, peace. Welcome to Club 314 Podcast, episode 18. I'm here with your co-host, Leo.
Yo, what's up?
I'm your host, Cameron. And we're going to jump right into it, man. So we have watched the Sean Combs documentary on Netflix, The Reckoning.
Yep.
And we got a lot of thoughts to talk about it, man. Leo, why don't you start us off?
Well, I feel like we should just go by episode, like each episode, since it was 4. Long as hell, by the way. Goddamn, I was not expecting it to be that long. I was expecting like a cool 2 hours. Shit was full. I mean, it was cool. I was captivated throughout the whole thing, but I wasn't expecting that much. But, so first episode was about his come up and everything, how he was raised and all that stuff. I mean, it did explain, I feel like, a lot of what he wanted with that lifestyle of everything, because it was talking about how he was raised, how his mama was getting him all this stuff, keeping him on the trending shit and everything, how he was around all these parties, how all these movies he was watching was like it explained like his mindset growing up and everything. It puts the foundation on like why he probably did a lot of stuff he did, to be honest, like the partying and all that shit, the lifestyle.
I would agree, because when you are exposed to certain things and you're like, oh man, that's how I want to be. That's how I want to grow up. So it kind of gives you an idea of what as he was exposed to. And then I don't remember exactly everything how it was for each episode, so it just bear with me. So I believe he was on somebody's show and they asked him, I don't know if it was Ellen, or they asked him, like, he was trying to, the interview was, or the host was trying to ask him about how, his come up by his mother and how he used to hit him and stuff like that. And then she was like, no, we don't have to talk about that. And I guess his mom was in the audience. She's like, you got a lot of beatings too.
It was I know what you're talking about, that interview. He was talking about how at 12 he was out at like 3, 4 in the morning, something like that. Mm-hmm. And then he was like, oh, we ain't got to talk about that. And then his mama said what you were saying. He's like, oh, he got a lot of beatings for that. And there was a bunch of, and they apparently reached out to her for any comments on like her being too physically abusive to Combs, but she ain't never responded back to it, so we won't know.
So my thing is this. So he didn't have a father. His father passed away when he was just young, like 2 years old or something like that. And So his mother had to kind of overcompensate. Do you think the way he raised him kind of affected how he was when he entered his adulthood?
I think definitely the way she raised him affected how he was coming into adulthood. She was overspoiling him. I feel like giving him a lot of stuff. They was well off. He was at a private Catholic school? He was at a private school. Mm-hmm. He had all fashionable clothes and everything, and like the way she was raising him, he was getting spoiled. And then on top of that, she was also raising him. He was talking about how like he was taught to hit back harder and make sure they don't come out. He was taught to be violent, kind of. Mm-hmm. And it was because I don't know if it's his friend. I think it was his old friend when he was a child was saying that he used to get bullied a lot. Yeah. And then eventually he just started fighting back, and he would fight back tooth and nail. He wasn't gonna lose. Mm-hmm. That was one of the things I remember. He was like, he'll bite your ear, he'll bite your neck. He's going to fight to win. He's not going to lose. And I feel like that just kind of set him on this pathway to, like, whatever. I mean, it's his catcher. Whatever he wants, he's going to get.
For sure. My thing, too, is there's a lot of information I did know about going to it because it was already out in the open. But there's things I didn't know about it. Like, the whole thing about him trying to, basically, he made his star label, his flagship artist, pay for his own funeral when he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know nothing about that. I was like, yo, this dude, how do you make your own dead artist? How do you recoup a funeral? Like, what?
I think actually I did hear about it, but I didn't remember. I know I was always in the know about him having allegedly, or like kind of points to it, that he had some part in both Tupac and Biggie's death.
Like, I always heard the rumors because, initially when they both passed, you would thought, oh, maybe Suge had something to do with it.
That's why I was hearing at first too. It was something Suge had something involved.
So
but
when
lo and behold,
yeah, so like I always thought my idea was well maybe Pac, because I always heard before I even go into my theory, I always heard that the dumb idea of well Suge killed his star artist so he can keep all his recordings and stuff like that. Because the rumor is, well, not even a rumor, but the fact was Pac had a 3-album deal with Death Row when he got out of prison. He did the double album All Eyes on Me, and then he had Machiavelli, which was supposed to come out in '97. Pac died, Suge advanced it up a couple months. It came out September of '96. I think. When it came out late '96. If it ain't September, it was late '96. So he was supposed to run and go start his own thing, and that was supposed to be that. However, that was the rumor. Suge killed Pac to stay. But I was
definitely
thought that
hearing
was dumb.
that at first. Something along the lines of Suge was the one behind it all.
I was always thought. So getting my thing was well maybe Puff got Pac unalive or killed. My fault. Got him killed, and then Suge retaliated and got Biggie killed. That's all my whole thing was.
Mm-hmm.
But I can believe the fact that Puff maybe did end up canceling those flights because he, like they said, he was supposed to go to the UK and keep promoting his album. Yeah. He canceled the flight so he could stay there. So I just think that was kind of crazy. That
I still think it's the Bloods that got Biggie killed, of course, but it's like
yeah, for sure.
Puff, he was just too much in his ego and everything, and him canceling them flights, wanting to continue the party and everything, is definitely what led down to Biggie dying too.
Man, I stuck because a lot, like I said before, there's a lot of information I did know. Like I always thought that to me that like I said before, Puff got Pac killed, and I thought Suge retaliated and got your star label killed. So yeah. we even.
That's why I thought too before I started hearing the whole Puff was involved in kind of both.
I think, and if this documentary is to be believed, then I guess I will be considered right because about the whole theory.
It'll be right still. It's just that Puff played more in the role than we probably thought beforehand.
Yeah, whole Keefy D thing, all that situation, basically confession that that we hired them to be, Puff hired them to be basically a street team for him while he was in L.A. to make sure they protected. Whole thing like that. You think, but based on what the narrative they're presenting, do you think that Puffy was kind of jealous of Pac as they described in the second episode?
I definitely think so. Because this whole thing is pretty much down to him being jealous. He wants the stardom, he wants the fame, he wants the power, he wants all of it, and then he'll do what he needs to do. But once he gets to that point where he's like he'll get to the tipping point, he'll go ahead and go over because that's what he did originally. Where was he again? What was it? The first record label he was working at Uptown. He was working at Uptown, and eventually when he got big enough, he was wanting more, and he was having more arguments with the dude that was
Andre Harrell.
He was having more arguments with him, and he got fired. And then he was just like, I'm gonna go start my own thing. And so it's just like every time he got to that point where he can go over, he was gonna make sure he go over, no matter who. Unfortunately, either died, whoever he screwed over, like his partner, his business partner. Mm-hmm. He took the 25% back. He didn't care. I think it was definitely jealousy. He was probably jealous over Tupac, like they said, over how Tupac was caring more about Biggie, or how Tupac was a star at the point. And he was just getting tired of the disrespect and slight of not having Tupac wanting to work with him, and Tupac focusing more on Biggie.
I just think that
I can kind of see it. I can see it.
I just think that I just think that it's all known. Puff is the type of person that want to keep the little man down. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't want you. Like, you could be a star, but you can't be bigger than me. Yeah, you can't be bigger than me. You one of those egotistical ass motherfuckers. Like I don't want you to be bigger than me in no form of fashion. We can both be big, but I'm gonna be the
I'll
sun,
always
and
be
you
the
gonna
star.
yeah, I'm gonna be the sun. You gonna be the little planet that orbits around me. You know what I'm saying? So
And that's what it seemed like. Tupac wasn't just gonna want to roll with that. So that's why I say I can kind of see it.
I just think that it was just, I don't know. Maybe he be acting like, I don't know, the fact that he just be acting like a woman in that situation where he want all the attention on you. Like, hey, bro, chill out. Like it's no difference. Let's say hypothetically, it's you and me, and then Will came along. Me and Will connected, and now you getting jealous because I'm talking to Will more. But at the same time, in my mind, we all cool. Like,
Yeah,
damn,
we
dog, we
all
all
chilling.
friends. We all friends with each other. But you upset with me because I'm talking to Will or something like that. You know, it's like,
And
it's
that's the thing. We never gonna know for sure. But it's just all his actions point to him. He had to be jealous of something somewhere. Or he just wanted something more out of Tupac, but Tupac wasn't going along with the plan. And that's where he got him angry.
you know, and it's crazy because it's funny how it's all funny. Like, this is built on a narrative how he was all egotistical and all his artists basically left him.
Yeah.
And he had to rebuild the label in the 2000s. It kind of adds up in that aspect where it does seem that way where, you know, because he had to go to start making a band where he got Danny D. Kane, Day 26, and the band himself. You know what I'm saying? So where he had to rebuild the label, like, because all his old artists got tired of him. The Totals, Big died, Mace left, Faith left, Locks left. A lot of them, all his assets, excuse me,
All his money makers, pretty much.
all of his artists of the 90s end up leaving or disforming or something happened where they all left. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of chaotic. It kind of checks out in that aspect of it. So I don't want to be the person be like, oh man, I just want to, you know, take this. I'm gonna take everything we watch as like a grain of salt because at the same time I think there's truth to it, but we know how it is when these documentaries are made. You can build whatever narrative,
All right, Marlon.
whatever narrative you can make to basically tear down or empower a person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I'm gonna pivot a little bit. That's why Marlon Wayne's kind of. That's why Marlon Wayne's sort of kind of got in this whole tangent with 50, and about the because he basically didn't believe that, you know, Marlon didn't believe that he had Pac and Biggie both set up like that. He didn't want to believe that because at the end of the day, he was cool with Pac. He was also cool with Big. He also told a story, I believe, on Shannon Sharp's podcast explaining. I seen Biggie right before he passed. He's like 15 minutes before he got shot in the car, the Suburban or Tahoe, whatever. He said, "Oh, you make me laugh. Oh, you guys funny. Keep up the good work." You know what I'm saying? So,
what that got to do with it? What the fuck? Is that what he said? He was just telling that story to be something.
Because he don't believe that Puff has something to do with neither one of those gentlemen dying. So that's his whole, and then
what that story got to do with it? It's just an instance you met Biggie, and Biggie went, "Oh, you made me laugh. Appreciate it." He can say that.
He was basically reciting a story how he saw Big before he died because he went to, I believe, Quincy Jones' party. That's where that photo was taken, him and Big before he got in the Tahoe, and then he ended up got, you know, shot in the drive-by or whatever.
Yeah.
So so that's what his perspective is on it. So that's why he didn't. So that's when the initial.
He just don't want his Diddy videos to get rid of. No, I'm
I
playing.
mean, he did admit that he went to a couple Puffy parties, but he said he never saw nothing. He never saw nothing. So, that was his perspective. I believe in the original interview, the original question they asked him, how you feel about, or something on the lines, how do you feel about the documentary? And that's where he explained that he don't believe that. 50. I mean, I keep saying Puffy set up Big and Pac to get killed. You know what I'm saying? So that's his perspective. And then I guess, of course, 50, always chronically online, called it and posted it, and they've been going back and forth ever since. Y'all know how 50
going back and forth with 50 is a mistake. He should have just.
Because 50's gonna do everything, get the last word, everything.
This shit gonna go on for
listen,
years.
what's the mean? When you go low, I go lower. You know what I'm saying? That's how 50 get down. He would drag your ass down the hill with him if he got to.
And he don't just stop. He keep going.
He gonna keep going and going and going. So
it'll be years down the line, he's still gonna be talking about that man.
Yeah, But it is. Well, that's his perspective. But
Mm-hmm.
I want to move on. Let's just talk about why the meat and potatoes. Why he already in jail to begin with. Let's talk about Cass. Now, this to me is a very complex type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because although Cassie is a victim, but she can't be completely innocent in this too. Because at the end of the day, we seen that you left, came back, left, came back. Like you can't keep doing that. And then because at the end of the day, you participated in a freak offs allegedly, and you sleeping with a sex worker allegedly. You was doing these things, and I don't know how much of a victim you really are, because yes, you did get hit, and we all know men shouldn't hit a woman. That's some pussy shit. But at the same time, you are participating, texting Diddy, talking about some. I'm ready for the freak offs or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are text messages that are shown and that was shown in court when you went to go testify against him. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, why are you are technically a victim. However, you're not completely innocent. You're not resolving the situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole problem with Cassie, because now you overwriting. I hope you keep them, and you writing a letter talking about basically, I'm gonna butcher it, but some on the lines of where I hope when he make sure he stays in jail, and because when he gets out, then he might come hurt the victims and all this other. I don't want to hear that, because you at the end you participated and you kept going back to him, knowing this man was abusing you, hurting you, essaying you. You know what I'm saying? He might have did it. I'm not saying he didn't do it, but at the same time, you kept going back to him. Yes, did he groom you? Yes. Did he put you in a situation? But at the same time, you must have liked it, because you kept doing it. But I'm laying my plane right there. I'll let you have the floor.
Yeah. So I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, it doesn't exalt everything Diddy did.
I get that. I agree with you.
But
We both in agreement.
I know we both, but then that's my problem. My thing is, you having a problem with Cassidy, cool, but also at the same time, she doesn't have to be the perfect victim to still be a victim. Mm-hmm. I know you're saying she's technically a victim, all that. She's still a victim, because even though she may have enjoyed some instances, there's other instances where she might have been SA for real. She might have been raped for real. She didn't want it at that time, and Diddy still said, "Fuck it, we still doing it."
Yeah. For sure.
And then there's also times where she's getting beat. That's obvious. She's a victim of domestic abuse. That's obvious. But it's like she doesn't have to be a permanent victim in order for her to feel the way she felt and everything. And so it doesn't. I just want to say it doesn't excuse anything Diddy did.
I'm not excusing his behavior at all, because it's quite nasty. I was like, I scrunched my face.
That episode, I won't lie, was pretty hard.
Yeah, I scrunched my face up when the dude was talking about, they take my sperm and they put it in a cup, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is y'all doing?
That's the part that made your face.
Yeah, like that.
Face scrunches here talking about he fucking punched her in the chest and sent her flying.
You talking about something? No, my problem is you took his semen, and then you like to watch Cassie play with it, rub it on her. I'm like, bro, what the? Nah,
that is freaky shit, but that's not as bad as him saying he witnessed Diddy beating on her right in front of him, and then he was saying like, "What you gonna do about it?" He's like, he's for real. He can't do nothing about it.
I imagine some fucked up situation, because y'all both naked arguing, having a conversation. What, you gonna fight the man naked?
Sword fight. Yeah, you gotta just have to be a sword fight.
No, like y'all both naked. I like hold on. This is not laughing matter, but that's just how it's like y'all having a whole argument. Y'all both butt ass naked, staring with a naked woman in the, nah, bro. It was kind of crazy to me, but
that's why I feel like, and then I was gonna say too, the grooming part, I feel like it plays a very big part on why she probably kept going back, because she might have. I'm probably butchering the meaning, but Stockholm syndrome, I always hear about it. I still don't know it fully, but I understand somewhat of it to where it could be a play. I'm not saying she has it, because I'm not no physician or anything, but I feel like it's just mental illness could be a big part of why she kept going back. They're having drugs like crazy, and it's just he played a big part in her career. So I get all. She can leave, but at the same time, it's always somehow the rope's gonna bring her back. I feel like, not just of her own volition, but other things.
Yeah.
Because then you see, she tried to go with Kid Cudi. What happened with that?
Well, she cheated. She
I
cheated.
don't know. She tried to go with Kid Cudi, but
She
with
did.
Kid Cudi.
She did.
She tried to go fully with
like
him?
Puff's former assistant, Capricorn Clark.
Yeah.
She talking about
Cudi couldn't hike.
come hiking with us. And it's like, and then she was like, no, hold on, wait a minute. He could cheat on you, but you can't cheat on him. That's not how that work. But at the same time, like there's instances where you did try to. I don't. It's a complicated. It's a complicated
but
it's a complicated matter because obviously you seen that she tried to leave him because he got tired of dealing with him, and then she ended up actually leaving. How would that come? Like that didn't get disclosed in the documentary. How
eventually
she actually did end up leaving because she did leave. She married some white dude and had 2 children, 2 kids with her. So they didn't.
She wanted.
Yeah, she wanted that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't.
Really, she got it.
We don't. We don't know how.
Yeah, we don't know how she eventually got break
away
off fully, but it's like it's just complicated and it's a hard thing to do.
Because
I
if
can't
you
imagine
maybe
it's
I
easy to
don't
do it all.
I don't know if it's love or just delusion where it just kept her coming back thinking that.
I think it's a mixture of both.
Yeah.
I think she probably did love Diddy. But at the same time, he's doing these things to her, fucking up her mental, and it's just like it's not a good mix. And he's just keeping her in this loop. And eventually, thankfully, she was able to break out of the loop.
It was a mixture of grooming, sexual assault, domestic violence, drugs. I
feel like, to me personally, he's guilty of everything. Well, not everything, but he's guilty of most of the things he probably did to her. No, everything he did to her. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna fake it. I feel like he's guilty of it all. Because, yeah, she enjoyed probably some of the parties, some of the sex, and with the male prostitute and all that. But it's like, there's got to be points where she was probably like, no. Even the male escort said so himself that she was saying, I got a career still to go do. And then he said, man, bitch, this is your career. You do this. And it's like, she probably tried, but it's like, it's just hard.
I'm with you, but at the same time, I'm staying as you are a victim, and I sympathize with you because of that aspect. But at the same time, you're not completely absolved of what you did because you, at the end of the day, you partake of doing whatever you did with him or for him, or whatever the case may be. But right now, I'm gonna leave Cassie alone. I want to talk about the producer that they focus on. Yeah. That was I want to talk about him. He definitely got groomed and stuff like that.
He definitely got groomed. He was definitely drugged.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say it.
It's not worth it to stay after even that first incident when he said he seen a dude get shot or not. He was there when dude got shot in the bathroom. Took that video and everything. He was talking about get the towel. That whole situation, and he still decided to stay. That was a mistake.
My whole thing was
no matter what it would do for your career, I feel like that's a big mistake.
Again, with the visuals, when he said some on the lines of where I drunk something and I didn't realize drugs was in there, but at the same time, then I wake up, it was a couple women. So you already laughed. It was a couple women. He said he wake up, there's women next to me, or women next to me in the bed, or other time he in the bed with me. I was like, what the hell going on with that? And he said he don't got no recollection of how it happened. You know, you're on drugs, you probably don't remember that. And I believe that was the sex worker who said the first time he took some E-pills.
Yeah, that was a sex worker to say he took E-pills.
Because he said that was up, and he was like, yo, how the hell y'all staying up for like 5 days straight, and it was the E-pills.
The ecstasy. Yeah.
But back to him, how you feel about his situation?
Lil Rod's? I mean, like I was just saying, I don't think he should have stayed. I mean, I get it. It's for your career and everything, and it'll be a big boost. But it's like, one, he didn't even really get. Did he get paid? He still never got paid. He didn't get no compensation whatsoever. Yeah, he didn't get paid. I don't see him being that big of a producer for any other people for real right now. Not like, I mean, he could be producer for other people, but he's nowhere near like. I feel like he thought he was gonna be like superstardom with working with Diddy.
Well,
something near like Pierre, Metro, something like that.
Well, you just
or getting to that point, and it's just.
I just think that he was using
working.
this album. He was using this album, using this as an outlet to get his career started.
Yeah.
That album particularly was more R&B centered. So when I don't know what his production credits was looking like prior to that album, but I want to say that maybe that was supposed to be his breakout right there, as you were saying.
Yeah.
However, at the same time, if you keep seeing some weird shit, you see a dude get shot and was bleeding on the pad in the bathroom, and then you have Puff come back talking about some, hey, make sure you let them know they wasn't here.
It happened here.
Yeah, like, and then you over, and then you further, and then you talking about some, you let him, not gas, you let him manipulate you, thinking that, oh, you gonna get a house right next to me in Miami.
$250K, and then he got you going out getting strippers for talking about saying it's for the progress of his album and everything. He's like, just wear, and then that would should have been a red flag right there. He's like, how they supposed to know I'm gonna come and get you? He's like, just wear the hat. Like, he already got this shit set up. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be too crazy for someone of that caliber to be like to bring strippers, and strippers know like, oh, okay, we're gonna go do this. But it's like, he's a producer. He should be focusing only on the music, and now strippers ain't got nothing to do with it. It was so many signals. I feel like he should have left, but he is a victim too still. But he had a lot of signals to just leave.
And I'm gonna transition real quick to another thing where with RGO Day, when the whole situation.
I was just about to say that after
when she was allegedly raped in Puffy's studio with him and another dude.
Yeah.
And
she looked inebriated, or she looked drunk or drugged.
Yeah.
And she said she has no recollection of it at all, and that she doesn't want to know, which is understandable. I can understand.
And would you want to know if you got raped or not?
For the safety of your mental, maybe you don't want to know. But I personally, if that did happen, I would want to know. Because it's just living in the unknown, you just like, did I get raped? Did I not get raped? That's just going to drive you crazy after that. Drive me crazy.
She said she make sure she put that aspect out of her mind. So she said she didn't even want to remember as she was reading whatever. I forgot the person's name who said the thing, but she was reading from somebody else's perspective.
Yeah, for someone else's recollection of the incident. And that also, I was going to bring that up after Lil Ronnie, because then while she may not remember and people might say so that it didn't happen, it's like, you got to remember, Diddy's drugging these people, because Lil Rod didn't have no recollection of it. He just woke up afterwards. She was in the studio. She might have just woken up from the studio and like, oh, I took a nap or something. She might have been drugged too. And I know she said she don't drink no alcohol or anything, but alcohol is not the only thing people can spike. Water, soda, juices. So she very well could have been raped, but we won't know because she doesn't want to know, and that's respectable.
Any last thoughts on this? Because we probably did miss a lot of things, but I just wanted to focus on more so the bigger storylines that they was trying to discuss in each episode.
Yeah.
First
that one juror. The one female juror at the end, I kept seeing a whole bunch of, before I got to watch the documentary, I was like, why are people calling her out? Because they were saying she seems like a fan and all this stuff. And it took a minute when I was watching both of the jurors speak, but then she started talking more and more, and it was getting more, and I was like, okay, I can see why people were complaining. It's not as blatant as some people were pointing it out, but like, I was watching, I was like, she seems to be like wanting to be buddy with, I don't know about buddy, but she wants to be like cool with Diddy and everything, because she's talking about like, oh, like when he did certain faces to things too, I was doing the same thing. I was like, that don't sound right. And like when they were talking about, what's in the assistant's name? Okay.
Capricorn Clark.
Yeah, when they were talking about her being kidnapped, she's talking about, it's not really believable. I'm like, that.
You know what? That whole thing too,
I'm like, it pissed me off a little. I was like, what? Not believable.
because I think when people are the same thing. Remember we was talking about early in the year. We was talking about the ASAP Rally thing,
Mm-hmm.
where he was trying to testify against Rocky, but he got a little bit too emotional,
Yeah.
and got kind of beat him in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the same thing that happened here because at the same
Yes.
time you are regulating or you recalling something from 2012, as she
Yeah,
said,
20 years.
and then you are
Emotional and everything.
you trying to recall the situation, talking about you pulled out a gun on me, and we went to Kid Cudi's house,
Yep.
and he wasn't there, and then while he was in the house, he was looking for, and you called her, and he said, "Well, Cudi's with me," and then he came back to the car talking about to let her know, come get me, because I'm basically you holding her hostage,
Yeah.
making her come back to get him. You know what I'm saying? So
I can get why she be emotional and everything talking about. It's just I don't know, the jurors they rubbed me the wrong way on how they was talking about it and
but at
everything.
the same time, they did say it. They said, well, maybe they were starstruck in his presence. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what
Because
I
because at
definitely
the
think they
time
were.
it's not too often where you have a super A-list celebrity
in court.
Yeah, ain't often.
And you're jurying for that?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And then he talking about he was nodding like this. You know what I'm saying, making sure and then he talking about the judge. I'm about to kick him out for it.
Yeah,
because
the Indian dude.
That's crazy.
I think he's Indian. I think he's
crazy.
Indian. Cut that if he's not Indian. I don't know what he is. He might be Indian. I don't know. But yeah, he had more sense because he was talking about how he didn't. But he also said he didn't believe that story, which I guess. But I don't know, bro. I just don't know how you don't believe that story. And when there's quite a few evidence going along with it, especially Cudi's car.
What you did say, what his co-founder Bad Boy did say, Kirk, I forgot his last name. Kirk said that he had a reputation of where he could do no wrong, and he's a good guy and all this other stuff. So when they all spilled out, it was like a shock to the media, although people in the industry, or some people know, it was like he was kept on a hush hush. You know what I'm saying? It's not out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you really knew, because at the same time, that's what PR teams for. They was meant to make sure your image is as great as possible. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's another thing too, because when I was watching it, I was with my mom was next to me, and she brought up what you were saying about Casey, how she's not she's got some fault in it too.
Cassie,
same thing. You know I'm not good with names. Yeah, remember the Joe incident? We don't got to go into detail, but we remember. But she brought up too with Weinstein and everything, how there was a lot of women basically keeping on the hush hush, like you said, and not talking about and stuff. But I feel like that's just like that's old times now getting to modern times, and modern times now is pushing more for women to be more vocal about abuse and all types of stuff like that.
Here's the thing, though, and your mom is right. However, here's the thing: you notice when because they said it in the documentary. I'm gonna just use the same quote: when a person is wounded, that's when everybody come attack you.
Too.
But when you are high and mighty, when you the most powerful man or perceived to be a more powerful man in the music industry and the entertainment period, nobody's gonna come at you because you at your strongest, you at the peak. It's not when you get hit and kicked in the balls where everybody trying to stumble you now, and it is exactly what happened. Cassie was just the first domino to fall. Then everybody else coming to woodwork,
like with their stories. And everything.
I got sexually assaulted back in '91, or
the one chick at the beginning.
Yeah, that was her in '91. What?
That's her. No.
Yeah, talking about and he got sexually assaulted back in '90. Like now, all these stories. It's like the same thing with R. Kelly or Bill Cosby.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
Weinstein.
I feel like it's all this stuff back then. I think was easier to hide and everything, just because of how giant and powerful these people were. Exactly. But now, in the more internet, modern age and everything, there's not really. I mean, you can get powerful, but in the internet power, you be known by so many people, but yet known by not. You can be known by a certain amount of people and be huge, but then the other people, a whole bunch of other people might not know you. So you don't got that much power now. I feel like now in the internet, people's stories. While there may be some lies and false accusations, it's just as easier, I feel like, to come out now. So that's why I think it's just easier to tumble down some people's empires.
Yeah. Like I said, though, I agree with everything you said, but it's easier to kill a wounded animal than them at the full
Definitely.
strength. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I said, with Diddy being a at the time A-list person, A-list celebrity in the world of entertainment, there is no. It was going to be hard to take him out because at the same time he had money to
8 lawyers.
he he got the money to where he's going to. There's multiple ways. There's multiple ways where he could
Defend
take you
himself,
out. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because since he got more money than you, he can run up your lawyer fees to make you pull out your pull from the lawsuit. You know what I'm saying?
Pay you off, lawyer fees, or what he was doing back then, allegedly, offering people.
Yeah. So it's ways, but the whole because I remember when the Cassie thing first broke with the
Footage? Or
no, not even the footage, the
even
lawsuit.
yeah,
The lawsuit, and then he cut a check the next day. Get this out of here, and then 2024 came and all of the lawsuits.
All the lawsuits came, and he can't handle all of them at once, I guess. Now.
So I was going to say in closing of this whole Puffy situation, do you think Sean, Puff Daddy, P Diddy, Brother Love Combs can what's the word I'm looking for? Can he rebuild his image after getting out of jail of 2028 or prison rather?
I think he can, but this will always be a stain. It won't be the same. It will always be a stain on the image.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably going to have to do a lot of work, and, I mean, he did a lot of work to get where he was now, so I don't think he'll just stop. And because he also got let off really light.
Yeah.
He got let off really light, so I feel like he's still going to have a big fan base. He can rebuild it back. It won't be as big as it was, I think.
No.
And it will always have that stain on it, but he can still be in public, I feel like, and probably have no problems. I think. Just with how it is. Because, I mean, Drake has nowhere near anything bad with him going on like this. But people were talking about Drake like, oh, he was over and stuff. It's like, no, he's fine. He just lost the battle. Of course, his music might not hit that much anymore, but he's still going to be one of the top people. Unless he himself starts putting out trash after trash after trash, and then the people decide, okay, we're not listening to him no more. But that's the only point that can happen.
You know what's crazy about this whole thing is even though, like as you said, his whole reputation is going to be smeared, it's going to be damaged when he get out, and he may never get the same type of appeal back. But it's crazy to me that there's a chance where people, when he get out of prison, it's still gonna be people who still gonna fuck with him. It may not be as public, but he's gonna be on the DL. You know what I'm saying?
So DMs, meeting him at his house or something.
Because at the end of the day, because you still got people out there. Oh man, Cassie's a liar. You got 50 Cent out here just want to destroy him because
especially that was
because you said you seen in the documentary that Diddy likes to holler at his enemies' girls, stuff like that.
Side chicks and everything.
Yeah.
So, I saw that.
So they say, oh, well, 50's doing that in retaliation.
Or what happened with his baby mama.
Something like that. So it's going to be those type of people in the world where they're highly delusional and going to be and going to say things like, oh, man, Cassie's lying. They lying on Puff. They doing a smear campaign. So it's going to be people out there. Like I said, that's why I said I'm going to take everything with a grain of salt because it might be true. It might be a little altered to fit a narrative. You never know with these types of things. But I'm going to agree with you.
I just feel like he got too much of a backtrack of all this shit happening to where even if you, like you said, take it with a grain of salt, that's some of it's too much backtrack for none of this to not happen. Some of it gotta be true, maybe altered, like you said, but it's too much.
And then
of shit he's done.
and when he get out
Too
of
many controversies.
when he get out of prison, he going to he still got all these lawsuits, so they still gonna be coming for his pocket still then.
Yep.
Because I think at the end of the last episode, you said they got like 70 civil cases still waiting.
It was
on
100 filed, and then it was I think 70 are remaining.
Yeah. So rather they get taken care of while he's still in there, what he gets out, majority is gonna be taken care of when he gets out.
Yeah.
So he's still got to fight that off, and then you got to worry about rebuilding your image and
empire, everything.
Well, the music side, he's cooked. Nobody,
Yeah,
nobody's gonna. Well, I ain't gonna say nobody.
I was gonna say don't say nobody. There's gonna be
Somebody
people still wanting to work with P Diddy.
Well, I'm gonna say is, as far as Bad Boy records, they're cooked. They're done. Finito. Yeah. Unless you got one person who tries to, like, if you, unless you got one person that tries to, try to be super delusionally optimistic, think, he ain't gonna do that to me. Like when, basically, how he treats his artists, where you don't pay them, keep them broke, keep them down. Like that's on you.
He's dangling fame and fortune right in front of him, like they were saying.
Yeah. So, but however, if you are, but if anything else, like when it comes to businesses, he might be able to have some type of good fortune there, because we have seen people who went to prison and the reputation tanked and everything, and they come back, and then for the most part. For the most part, they're fine, but it's always gonna be there. But he did this to so and so. You know what I'm saying?
It's always gonna be there, but I feel like he'll do fine, just out once he gets out and everything.
Should be. On to a lighter note, as it is December 13th, 2025, as it is recorded. Today is a special day in the world of sports and entertainment. See, you over laughing.
Because I remember what you said last time, what I said.
The John Cena's last match is tonight. The WWE's GOAT. I ain't gonna say the wrestling's GOAT, but the WWE's GOAT.
Oh, definitely, I'll say that.
Is retiring tonight. This is the last match. A lot of people like you and me, this is a lot of people's childhood. And Cena's, I believe, is 47, 48 years old. Yeah, he's that old, and he's been around for a while, man. And this is the last time we're gonna see John Cena against Gunther. You know what I'm saying? I want us to take time out and let's reflect and think about what John Cena meant to us as kids, as we got older in our teenagehood, and as in our adulthood. Yeah. What John Cena meant to you when you was watching and still a fan. I know, even though you had a short window watching.
I had a short little
window
of when I watched, because he was there before I watched and he was there after I stopped watching. So it's a short window. But when he was there, I was still, I won't say a fan, like he was my favorite, but I was still liking him a lot. His matches, I was there when he was going against Batista. I was there when he was dealing with, I think that's basically like the window, when he was dealing with Batista all the way till he was dealing with the Shield. I think that's like kind of the window I was there. Because that's like the first memory and then like the last memory of John Cena. That's what I got with him. And I liked him at first, but I won't lie. During my teenage years, I was starting to get a little annoyed with him because I was like, man, this uppy-ass motherfucker. He was cheerful and everything. And he just, but he did a lot.
My thing with Cena is, I always appreciated him. Like, I was never one to start complaining because he was over pushed or something like that, which I know he was, but at the same time,
not over pushed, but like
he was over pushed.
No, I mean like what I was getting tired of was like the over baby face. He was the baby face.
Yeah, well that's what it is.
That's what it was getting. I mean, I was like, man, I'm tired of seeing him all nice and everything.
Because he was. No, I mean, because he was the face of the company, so you can't.
You can't really make him go heel.
And then Vince didn't want to, because it was a time period like in 2012 after the first Rock and Cena match. In 2012, they would highly consider the idea of turning Cena heel, but at the same time, Vince didn't want to fuck up the church's money, as they say. You know what I'm saying?
He was a big bag with the youngins.
Yeah, because that's where the money was coming from. He had all the Make-A-Wish. You had all the, so he didn't want to mess up
Make-A-Wish merch,
all that. He was huge with the kids and the women. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to mess that up because if it did go wrong, kind of sort of how like it did this year, Triple H. He didn't want to mess that up, and because at the same time there was no one yet set up to succeed Cena. Like Roman wasn't there
at
yet.
that point.
He wasn't there yet. He wasn't even on roster. He was still in developmental. So if you ruined that, you would have hurt your business. So Vince probably did the smart thing.
Big player.
Yeah, Vince probably did the smart thing and not turning him heel yet. But you could make an argument it could have worked because you see what happened with Roman. Roman was the big dog and he transitioned to the tribal chief. But I digress. That's another conversation.
Yeah.
My memories of Cena when he came in, because I didn't get to see the prototype John Cena where he just came out with the trunks and matching whatever color of the sports team was in the city. I had Thugonomics Cena, the doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know
Word,
Cena you talking about.
Yeah,
all the
Word
way,
Life.
First Cena.
The second, So I had Word Life Cena. You know what I'm saying? Then I seen him transition to the Chain Gang Soldier, the Marine, and then Super Cena, and then right around 2014, 15, I kind of stopped watching. Well, 2012, I kind of stopped watching, but I kind of fell out the loop after like 2014. So I was still playing the games, but I just wasn't watching the product no more. But I think I'm glad that Cena finally got his flowers and appreciation. I hate that it took all this damn time where everybody just finally show him some love. What's the old saying go? You don't know what you got until it's gone. Yeah.
Or don't get your flowers until you're gone. All that stuff.
Yeah. I'm glad you giving his flowers while he's alive. Cause damn, it took the fucking audience.
It took a long.
It took him.
He was always cool with the
20
kids,
years.
But I always remember when I see stuff about Cena with the older people, they're like,
Listen, the problem is they liked Cena when he was rapping and doing that gimmick. But when he started transitioning right around 2006, after he did the Marine and he was over pushed and had the belt for 380 days. That's when they started
really hating and everything.
Yeah, they said, "Oh, he's second coming Hulk Hogan, brother." All this other, you know what I'm saying?
It's not shade that Hulk Hogan was racist. All right.
No, as far as the presentation goes,
I know.
Not the man. That Terry Bollea was a racist.
Well, I can see why. Well, no.
You can.
I can see why people were complaining. Yeah,
because Hogan. I guess when Hogan was around in the '80s, Hogan always had the damn belt. You know what I'm saying? He had like a 4-year stretch where he just kept the belt, then never dropped it to nobody till like
I know it was that fucking long.
88. So imagine 4 years of having the belt until 88 when they did I believe the.
Sure, right. He was not wanting to let go of shit.
Damn. But that was because Vince was using Hogan to build the WWF brand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because at the time you had Hogan on late night talk shows. Hogan had his own cartoon. Hogan had. Well, not Hogan, but WWE had the rock and roll, not the Express, rock and roll wrestling, things like that back in '80s. So they was really building the brand. That's when Vince was going national. So at that time, so I understand the correlation.
Yeah, because Cena was basically like the next one after that to really elevate. Well,
no, after Stone,
he was part of it, the part of the next big elevation of WWE.
Because after Steve, like Stone Cold Steve Austin left, when Cena left, when Stone Cold Steve Austin left, when The Rock left, that's when the WWE had to rebuild. They had the OVO Big Four, the OVW Big Four. I can't talk. It's time to go to sleep. You had Brock, Randy, Cena, and a Batista, and of course you had Shelton Benjamin, but they don't speak on Shelton Benjamin.
I don't even know who that is. Yeah, that was before my time.
Yeah, so Brock was their first experiment. Brock didn't work out. He split because he didn't like the scheduling and money and shit like that. They tried with Randy early, but they didn't do Randy right. They kind of botched Randy because they turned him babyface, and he's not a baby. He wasn't a babyface at the time. He was straight dickhead.
Yeah, he was all heel.
Yeah, and then Batista. Well, Batista was Batista. You know what I'm saying? I used to love Batista. I used to like Batista more than Cena because Batista had the swagger. He was aggressive. He had intensity. That shit was. That shit was, you know what I'm saying? He came out with Susie, came out with the pyro. You know what I'm saying? Batista was cold, boy. And then of course Cena and Batista had that. They were trying to see who
would go.
who's gonna be the face, and then they eventually, because Cena I guess is making them more money. They went with Cena. So I'm gonna thank you, Cena, for all the years. Thank you for my childhood. Thank you for the classic matches. I'm glad that you finally getting your flowers. I'm gonna end it on that. You got any more topics for us before we close the show?
We're not talking about 21 Savage.
We could talk about 21 Savage. I wasn't a fan of 21 Savage's album. To me, when I listen to new albums, I always go in there with an empty mind for the most open mind rather for
21
with any album for that matter. But when I heard it, I wasn't really moved by it. Like I knew what I was going to expect with this album, and I just felt like it was just another by the numbers album. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it a couple more lenses before I sit here and just bash on it. But I wasn't really moved by the first listening.
I won't lie. I was liking it on my first listen, but I don't know what happened. I tried to replay it for a second listen, and I was just like, this isn't hitting how I remember it was hitting earlier this morning. Because I played it in the morning when I woke up, when I remembered that he dropped. I was like, oh, okay, might have been sleepy brain or something that was making me like it more. But then started listening on the way to work. I was just like, it's not hitting the same. It's not hitting the same. The one song I never really liked, though, from the beginning was the one with Drake.
Mr. Riku.
Mr. Riku. That's the one song where I knew for certain. I was like, nah. Because I feel like it had potential. I won't lie. It had potential at the point where they added this droning noise. And I was like, okay, maybe they can make that droning noise and transition to a more smooth, trippier, maybe beat or something. No, it was just the droning noise was there for that little snippet, and then it went back to whatever the fuck it was doing.
Let me ask you something. Well, listen, you think rap music as a whole don't matter if you are older or younger? Do you think it's stale?
Rap music stale?
Yeah, it's stale. Like it's getting kind of, I don't want to say trash, but it's just stagnant.
Basically, the rap fatigue.
Yeah. Because
I've seen many topics on it, and then I know from my own thinking, I don't think it's stale if you just sticking with the same type of rap music overall. Maybe it's more mainstream now, and maybe you gotta shift around more and find the music you actually like within rap and its subgenres. That I will give credit to, or like you say, that's probably what's going on. People gotta find other stuff, but I think it's just a matter of fact of finding what subgenres you're into, what rap albums you're into. You can't just keep listening to the same people over and over again.
I'm not even concerned about that part because I just feel like if it comes to rap fatigue, it is difficult and hard to find a person or a group that you might like, but at the same time, what's the point of doing that when they all using each other's sound or flows or anything like that?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you should be living in Northern California and you trying to rap like a person from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you live in St. Louis and you are using Detroit beats. Like you can't you can't, or like, you know what I'm saying? I in some respects I do miss the aspect of regional sound.
Regional sound.
Like if you from Memphis, you know what if you damn.
If each region has their own unique sound.
Exactly. Each region should go back to have their own unique sound. Like, if I'm from Memphis, if you a rapper from Memphis, I should know what a rapper from Memphis sound like. If you from Atlanta or you from Georgia or that southeast section, I know what trap should sound like.
Even then, southeast is different. Florida.
Yeah. Like that's what I was gonna get to. Like Atlanta, like South, like Georgia, Carolinas. We say it like that. I should know what you sound like. You from Florida? I don't even know what Florida sound is no more. You don't use that bass shit no more. But
Florida kind of, I don't want to say fell because I don't be listening to Florida rap music no more either. So I can't really say what happened.
Like if you from Florida, I usually hear how it was
at first the distorted ass beats when it was SoundCloud, because that's where it really popped.
You know, if you're from Louisiana, you should. I should. Obviously, you probably will hear some bounce influence into it. And you know what I'm saying? If you from Cali, well, you know what Cali, but you know what I'm saying? Go for it. I miss the regional sound in the hip hop, and it's not like because you're old and shit like that. It's just that you know what I'm saying. You give yourself a personality, like
I can.
you give yourself a better personality because if you're trying to sound like everybody else, chances are you're just gonna come and go.
You're gonna come and go. You're just gonna be with the wave, and then when that wave dies, it dies.
I'm not.
You'll just be nothing, and within a whole bunch of noise of a whole bunch of artists, you'll have maybe one song pop off, another artist of the same style pop off, another one pop off, and then that's it. Since you're all the same, it doesn't really make you stand out. Why do
you think these newer artists, like let's say 2020 to current, why don't think you don't got why don't got longevity as far as making music?
Because I think it's basically what you said. They following the trends. They're going with the trends. They're all funneling into this one bracket. Everyone, and it's not like they're funneling to this one bracket for no reason. It's the genre or those specific subgenres within rap are popular. They are big, but I feel like the people that are listening to it, they're not really getting a cult following like that. Or even if they do, they just don't. They can't keep it. They can't keep it because music just keeps moving on faster and faster and faster and faster, and they can't keep up. When one sound's popping, next thing you know, another sound's popping. Next thing you know, another sound's popping. It's just like you gotta adapt, and a lot of them are adapting.
I agree with you. And I like your analysis of that situation. My whole thing is, would you rather just be known? You know, I don't even. I'm trying to see how can I word this. Damn, whatever. I just lost my train of thought. So yeah, I'm agree with what you said, and I'll leave it this there because I don't got nothing to add to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think you ain't nothing really debate there. Because I'm looking at certain, like I think about certain people like, damn, they really fell off, or damn, what happened? And I'm thinking like, Ram, who? Cause I be seeing people on Twitter like, damn, what happened to
so and so?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What happened to man, I forgot who the artist was, but they like, yeah, like what happened to so and so? No, I just think that nobody. I don't think nobody cares. I think Lil Baby just ran his course. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of rappers. It's a lot of rappers who just ran their course and just there because nobody really checking for them because they sound the same. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why they keep saying Lil Baby is washed or he fell off or stuff like that because he sound the same. He don't switch up his flow, and then
sometimes I just think it's how some people just listen to music because Future don't ever get that. And I won't say he sounds the same, but he doesn't switch it up much. But he's still up there. People still care about it. This snippets, these past two snippets he's had out, I ain't gonna lie, I need them. And everyone else in the comments, they talking about they need them.
I need them. I need them.
I do, bro. The fucking snippets is fire.
I just think that it's, although his lyrics ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? I be having debates on TikTok and shit like that. I just think that his production probably helped carry him too.
It do. It definitely do.
But yeah, he don't.
You don't get that same type of treatment as all these other artists do.
Yeah, he definitely mastered how the longevity aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't really be talking about. You be talking about the same three things: weed, bitches, drugs, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But then he's always still around. He's cracked the code. I can't lie.
But I guess that's what they want to hear. But I don't get why Lil Baby did get hit with you're washed and you sound the same.
Lil Baby got hit with it.
If you're gonna be
Baby 21 starting to get hit with it.
I think he been hit. I think he kind of got that last year when he put out American Dream.
He got it a little bit, but not to this extent. Because American Dream was still, I think people were trying to disappointed, but not this one. This one I'm really starting to see it.
I'm gonna say this. The old heads had carried hip hop this year, man. If you really look at it, if you really broke it down, like you had, Clips, you had Freddie Gibbs, you had actually Nas' whole label had the whole Legend Has It series where all the old heads came out the woodworks and put out better albums than the current artists. You know what I'm saying? So the older veteran rappers really carried it this year outside of select artists that's more current and newer.
And I will also add back to the Rafferty thing. There's also people pushing rap music still. There's no rap fatigue because I see YouTubers all the time whenever they talk about it, and they're against the rap fatigue topic. They always talk about all the newer albums that came out. I haven't listened to them yet because I don't know if I join them, and I'm just not into that much. But there's no rap fatigue if there's people still finding great albums this year to listen to. Yeah. Even if it's the older rappers carrying it mostly. You can't say there's no dying of rap or anything like that if there's still good albums coming out through the genre.
All right, before we close the show, I'm gonna get some quick hitters real quick and see what your thoughts is. Oh. The Supergirl trailer. What's your thoughts on that?
It looks good. I won't lie, it looks good. I'll probably go watch it. I really enjoyed Superman. When I went to go see it, I was thoroughly pleased with it, and I don't got no complaints about it.
I ain't complaining, but I'm not going to go see it.
You're not going to go see it?
I'm not going to go see it. I'm going to wait till HBO Max.
You just don't want to do theater-wise?
Nah, it's not a
theater type movie, or
it's not something I'm rushing to go see in the movies. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's not got it good. You know what I'm saying? It just something I feel like I could watch at home because like it's essentially a spinoff
of Superman.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Okay, I can
I appreciate James Gunn building his version of the DC universe, which I'm glad that he's doing. But I do like from what I've seen of Jason Momoa as a Lobo. I thought that was hard. But I would like to see. I'm gonna keep supporting him because like I say, I don't got no problem with Supergirl per se, but it's just not something I'm rushed into the theaters to go see. Yeah. Like I can wait till that come on.
Streaming services.
Yeah. Right. And my next one is Street Fighter trailer.
The Street Fighter trailer?
Yeah. What you think about that?
It looks cool, and it's like the Mortal Kombat movies. It's gonna be cool, a little ganky or corny maybe probably at some point, but it's just a video game movie. I'm not expecting too much out of it. And from the trailer, I can't really expect too much out of it because they ain't really give a lot. And
that's how a trailer should be. Why trailers? Because a lot of times, sometimes the trailers might give away a little bit too much. And then when you go see in full length,
the movie, you're already kind of been spoiled.
Yeah.
I remember that was specifically a topic or an aspect for the Superman versus Batman trailer when they revealed Doomsday at the end. Yeah. I remember people was pissed at that. Yeah. So I understand why the trailers shouldn't really show nothing. And then it's also the fact that I don't know much about Street Fighter's lore compared to Mortal Kombat, so that's why I'm a little lost on. But I'm still gonna enjoy it. Probably.
When I was a kid, I was never a Street Fighter type of dude. I was Mortal Kombat because Mortal Kombat's maybe not now, but at the time it was definitely the biggest fighting game over Street Fighter, Tekken, Capcom. All of those, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say it was probably 2 years.
But somewhat to your credit, video games adaptations sometimes don't always do well when they apply it to the big screen. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I might go see it, but it's probably another one I can wait to the theaters.
Streaming services.
Yeah, I can wait till it come out on streaming.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, you got any last thoughts before we close?
No.
All right. Let me get the camera. Thank you. Thank you for joining us on Club 314 Podcast, episode 18. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure y'all go find us on wherever you get your podcasts, where you listen to your podcasts at. We are on there too. Apple, Spotify, Amazon, you name it, we were probably on there. Deuces.
Peace.
Abusing the grind and switching like dimes. These niggas can't see me on tippy toes. Put that pack in my hand.